G'day Year 9s. I had a number of questions just from my class, so I've also sent this the other one, just about this question number 3 on the continuous revision and practice sheet. And it is a challenging question. It asks us to say, okay, if we go D away on the bottom line, the angle of elevation is 60 degrees, as put by the diagram there. If you go then a further 12 metres back, the angle of elevation is 45 degrees. It asks us to look at the height. It asks us to show that the height is 28.4. Now you could substitute in 28.4 and prove it that way, but I'm going to leave the height as an unknown and see if we can calculate it. I'm going to start by doing it this way. I'm going to start by splitting this into two triangles. The first has the 45 degrees. It's a right angle triangle. The height is unknown. And the distance along the bottom here, all the way along the bottom, is going to be 12 plus D. Plus D. So that's our first triangle. It's 45 degrees in the corner here. I haven't done a good job drawing that necessarily. The second triangle, which is closer, this is the 60 degrees. In the 60 degree one, the distance across the bottom is just D, and the height is H again. Now, in both of these triangles, we've got an angle, and we're interested in the side opposite and the side adjacent. So that's going to be the tan rule. If you remember our tan, I'll just jot up the top. Tan equals opposite over adjacent. So that's our tan rule. So let's write down the rule for both of these triangles. So we've got the tan of 45 equals opposite H divided by 12 plus D. And in this next case, we've got that the tan of 60 equals H divided by D. Now we can calculate both of these triangles. Tan of 45, we go to our calculator, but I happen to know that equals 1. So we can say, calculate that 1 equals H divided by 12 plus D. And on this one, tan of 60 is 1.73. So 1.73 equals H divided by D. Now we want to put together these two equations. We kind of want to substitute into them. And I think the easiest way to find out is we can really easily find out what H equals in this triangle here. If we then multiply both sides by D, we've got that 1.73 times D equals H. So as we multiply both sides, but at the left-hand side we multiply by D, it goes from 1.73 to 1.73D. On the right-hand side we multiply by D, the two D's cross out in the top and the bottom, and we're just left with H. Now what I want to do, this becomes a really important relationship. So now what I want to do is I want to come and substitute this 1.73D where I see H over here. So we've got that 1 equals 1.73D divided by 12 plus D. Now I think the easiest way to solve this, to work out what D equals, is we're going to multiply both sides by 12 plus D. Okay. So 1 times 12 plus D is going to give us 12 plus D. 12 plus D equals 1.73D. So when we multiply 1.73D divided by 12 plus D, multiply by 12 plus D, the two 12 plus D's cancel out, and that's what we are left with. Now, this next step is ever so slightly a little bit tricky. We want to take away the smallest of the D's, so we want to subtract D from both sides. Okay. So if I subtract D, 12 plus D minus D, I'm just going to be left with 12 on this side. And on this other side, 1.73D minus D is going to leave us with 0.73D. If I just go through that again, just as an example, if you had 2D minus 1D, you'd have 1D left. In this case, we've got 1.73D, we've subtracted D, we're left with 0.73D. Now, last thing, we want to get D by itself, so instead of multiplying by 0.73, we want to divide by 0.73. And 0.73d divided by 0.73, the 0.73's cancel out, that just gives us d. So when we calculate, and I've got my phone over here, when we calculate 12 divided by 0.73, that gives us 16.44 meters equals d. Okay, so now we can write this into the diagram. D equals 16.4 meters. So now we have this triangle here where we know the angle, we know this, and we're looking at h. So we can substitute this into the tan rule very nicely. So we can say tan of 60 equals the side opposite, we don't know which is h, the side adjacent, which is 16.4. When we calculate, use our calculator to calculate tan of 60, it equals 1.73. 1.73 equals h divided by 16.4. So to get h by itself, we're going to multiply both sides by 16.4. So here we go, 1.73 times 16.4 equals h. So 1.73 multiplied by 16.4, 28.37, which is 28.4, so 28.4 meters equals the height. And we're asked to show that the height of the building is 28.4 meters,